As the creature approached the corner of the room, a grumpy voice emanated from the darkness.
Who are you to enter my home uninvited? If you came to steal, know that a meager creature like you would be no match for me.
In the dark corner sat an old Oknytt, staring at the creature.
Please forgive me,
The small creature responded anxiously.
I didn't mean to disturb you. I was simply curious about this place. I'm lost, you see.
The Oknytt looked at the creature for quite a while before breaking the silence.
Well, you certainly don't look capable enough to be the thieving kind,
He muttered to himself.
but if I find that you conspired with him to steal my hat, you will be sorry you revealed yourself to me.
The Oknytt became quiet for a while, seemingly calming down.
Although perhaps I could be persuaded to part with a couple of my belongings in return for something to calm my hunger. After all, most of these items have been gathering dust down here for as long as I can remember. But don't bring me anything fancy. I don't like brown nosing. Anything that will take care of my growling stomach will do.
The small creature picked up the sewing needle with care, making sure not to hurt itself. Rays of light found their way down between the boards, revealing a room filled with old objects, long since covered in dust. One of the crates looked to have been broken long ago, now containing only... In the remains of the old crate, the small creature found a ball of yarn. There was an old kettle covered in dirt laying on the ground. The small creature tried to brush some of the dirt off as it picked up the old kettle.
Hello?
The small creature uttered nervously, but the scarecrow remained silent. Touching the scarecrow, the creature could feel the dry hay prickling it through the burlap. In the middle of the field, there stood a rugged scarecrow, seemingly looking up into the starlit sky. The small creature managed to pick up a handful of oats off the stalks. As the small creature touched it, the top part of a pair of wooden cartwheels had been partially buried in mud over the years. The cartwheels were buried too deep for a small creature to pull them out of the ground. As the small creature moved closer to the fireplace, it could feel a faint warmth emanating from the coals. Even though the fire had been put out, the coals seemed too hot to touch. The moist firewood was of no use to the small creature. The moist
Is there really someone strong enough to move a stone like this?
The creature looked at the large stone, its eyes filled with fear and admiration alike. A large stone could often be found at the center of owl circles. How they got there, no one seemed to know. In some of the stones there were holes, said to be surrounded by strange symbols. These holes could be used to summon and gain boons from Alvor by presenting them with a gift. On the other hand, if the offering was not to their liking, the boon would instead turn into misfortune. Reaching into the hole, the small creature felt something flat, round and hard. As it removed the object from the hole, it saw that it was an old coin. No, that's not how it... The small creature thought about taking one of the mushrooms, but they didn't look all that tasty. The small creature thought about taking one of the mushrooms, but they didn't look all that tasty. The small creature barely managed to pick up the heavy grinding stone. Suddenly, the ground there was a wooden bowl filled with what used to be flowers of vibrant colours, most likely gathered and forgotten long ago. The small creature carefully picked up The stones were too heavy for the small creature to move. The creature tried to collect some of the cold water, but was unable to keep the elusive liquid in its hands. No. The small creature filled the kettle to the brim with cold water.
There are so many of them.
The small creature thought while gazing up into the sky.
I wonder how such small things can shine so brightly.
The small creature quietly watched the house.
I wonder what it's like to have a place to call home. I very much would like to know what it feels like.
The small creature watched the dark shape of the windmill.
What a tall building!
It thought.
What wonderful things would one be able to see from up there?
The small creature, although curious, decided not to approach the farmer's house in fear of being seen. In the distance, the windmill was too far away for the small creature to touch it. The small creature watched as elusive particles of dust effortlessly evaded its attempts to grab them.
Did you bring me something to eat?
The hustump asked impatiently.
Well, get it then, and if you find where that wretched one...
No. In the far corner of no more even though the moist fire
Hey!
An angry voice emanated from the shed as the creature was about to pick up the piece of cloth laying on the ground.
I found that. If you want it, you'll just have to bring me something else that I can use.
The guard stomped was staying inside. An old guard stump appeared to have made the shed his home. A guard stump is a being that tends to the farmer's land and tools, watching over the daily activities on the farm to make sure that nothing bad befalls it or its inhabitants.
Hello?
The small creature said politely.
Who are you?
The guard stump looked at the creature.
I'm the one who looks after this place. No simple task, mind you. The master of the farm hasn't been tending to the land enough this season, so I have to make up for his stupidity by working myself to the bone.
The guard stump muttered in a stern yet slightly proud voice.
You're a small one, aren't you? I haven't seen something like you before. Where did you come from?
The small creature looked at the guard stump.
I'm not sure. I remember waking up beneath a stone mound, and as I crawled out, the first thing I saw was the stars. Do you know why I'm here?
The small creature asked hopefully.
I see. Beneath the old stone mound.
The guard stump appeared to remember something, becoming quiet for a moment before continuing.
No, I'm afraid I don't know why you were born into this place, little one. Nor do I think there is truly a place for you here at the farm. You should look for a place of your own elsewhere.
The small creature hung its head for a moment after hearing the guard stump's response.
Don't fret, little one. You'll find your place in this world, I'm sure of it. This farm has simply never been that place. Hey!
An No. No. creature tried to collect some of the coal.
Did you bring me something to eat?
The hustump asked impatiently. The hustump did not seem to